Hello everyone, a very happy new year to all of my viewers and thank you for such a warm response on my first video. Also sorry because I could not upload regularly because I was traveling for my joining formalities, but I'll try to be as consistent as I can. In this video, we'll talk about how you should prepare for the next 4.5 months for the upcoming INICET-May exam, which is bound to happen on 17th of May. And in this video, I'll talk about when should you do TNDs and PYQs, how you should increase your GT frequency, when should you do BTR or DVT during your preparation. Also, I'll try to give a schedule at the end of the video for the first 2 months of your detailed reading. So stay tuned for that till the very end. First of all, first reading. Uh, if you are a post intern or an intern with a good knowledge, I think you should still devote this 2 months, that is up to 28th of Feb. So during first 2 months, I would focus mainly on my weak subjects. Even if I have to watch their main videos, I'll watch their main videos, clear my concepts, and remove the fear of the subject. And for remaining subjects, which are my stronger subjects, maybe I'll do just their main notes or revision notes, whatever I think is enough for me. But most of my time should be focused around my weaker subjects. During this time, if you have not done PYQs even once, I would suggest to do the PYQs, and because you will get an idea of what kind of questions the examiner are asking, and what topics you need to focus more. And you should write down PYQs which you think are missing from your notes so that you can revise them. During this time, if you have time, like you don't have to do PYQs or you number of weaker subjects are very less. So I think this is also the right time to do TNDs. During March, if you have not done TNDs, your aim should be to cover the TNDs of all the subjects. And during this time, you should also try to do a comprehensive material like BTR or DVT, whatever you like, so that you have a material which you can revise during the end of your preparation, which becomes very necessary because there is too much of stress during the end days that you cannot revise your main notes, or for that matter even revision notes, because they become too lengthy when they are stacked together. So in March, your main focus should be TNDs and comprehensive material, and during this time you can also increase your GT frequency to around once a week, and you should start making a 20th notebook. So in 20th notebook, don't write everything down that you do wrong in GTs or PYQs, because then it will become very much difficult for you to revise it during the end of your preparation. Just write down what you think is relevant and can be asked in an exam like INICET, and try to write them down in a single line so that you can complete the whole GT in a half page or a single page, not more than that, because it will become more difficult for you to revise during the end of your preparation. And if you're now done with your first read and first revision along with the things PYQs and TNDs, then we will switch gears and focus mostly on GTs, and trying to improve our GT score for next 1.5 months. Even if you take a week or 10 days more in this schedule, then also it's completely fine. But don't skip your concept building phase and TNDs and PYQs, because they are the most important thing. One or two GTs less won't matter much. In April and early May till 10th of May, I suggest you to give GT every 3-4 days, and try to revise your weaker subjects accordingly. Whatever the weak lowest five subjects are in the sequence of the number of questions that you get wrong, like the subject with most numbers of wrong question should come at the bottom, not the percentage, because minor subjects will have lesser questions in GT. So even if you get 1-2 questions wrong, maybe the percentage of questions wrong in that subject increases, but the absolute number is the one that you should focus more. So I think your revision for April and May will be mostly curated around this only, the subjects which are coming in your bottom half. But also try to make sure that you are at least once or twice every subject, even if it's your strong subject, because if you don't revise it, there are high chances that you will forget it towards the end. So keep an eye on those subjects also. And for the last 7 days during your leading to exam, I would say you should not do anything new. Just give one GT in this one week, so that you have a habit of GTs going to the exam so that the real exam also feels like a GT. And you should try to get a one good revision in this last 1 week of everything that you have studied, which has been compiled in like BTR or DVT. And also revise your 20th notebook during this time, maybe on the last or second last day, so that those factual points remain fresh in your mind. And do not stress much upon doing anything new now, and do not do new questions. I would also say, if you want to keep on doing your question practice, which is very much necessary during the end, I would suggest to make custom modules of PYQ tags and do that for your question practice, because it will keep your PYQs revision also going on simultaneously. And that will be the topic which is most likely to be asked in the exam. Doing a new question is not very fruitful. PYQs have a higher chance of being asked again in the exam. So I think that is the most useful thing that you can do in the last. As I promised, so this is a schedule for the first 2 months of detailed read. Go, if you think that some subjects are your strong subjects and you don't need to give so much time on them, then don't give time on them and allot it to your weaker subjects. This is a schedule that I would have followed according to my strengths and weaknesses, and this is not 100% binding, so use it as you want. For anatomy, I have given 5 days because I said that it is a important subject for INICET. In my previous video also, I have explained what subjects need special attention. If you have not watched that, go and watch it. For physiobiochem, I have given 3 days, and for path, pharma, micro, and medicine, I have given combined 10 days. And I would have done this as an integrated manner, so that it takes much less time and things are not getting repeated very often. For FMT, 2 days, for PSM 4 days, for ENT, Opthal and Ortho 3 days each, and for Peds also 3 days. For surgery, I have given 5 days. If you think you are strong in surgery, then go ahead and give that time to other subjects which you think are weak. This is this. And for skin anesthesia, radio psyche, I have given a combined of 6 days. You can do these subjects as you want. And for obs 4 days. So I would start tomorrow with skin and anesthesia, because I think starting your preparation is the most difficult thing. If you do two subjects in 3 days, that also boosts your confidence and keeps the momentum going. Then I'll do anat, because it is a time consuming subject and you cannot do it when you have dearth of time, because it induces anxiety in you also. It is one of the tougher subjects, I think. And after that, I would do ortho, because ortho and anatomy has very much in common, in the sense the nerve supplies, the muscles, the joints, and other things. So I think doing ortho after anatomy is a good choice. And then I'll do psyche and radio to break the monotony of anatomy and orthopedics. Also, radio has very much in common with anat and ortho. So I think that would be great. After which I would do surgery, because this is one of my weaker subjects, and I try to give a GT somewhere in these 5 days. For FMT, 2 days is more than enough, and then I'll do ENT and Opthal, and I have kept 31st as a buffer day. If you are not getting time to give GT uh, during the month, you can also give the GT on 31st. Next, I'll do biochem, and then obs gynae 4 days, physio 3 days, and PSM 4 days. So I think most of the subjects are getting covered here. And for last, I have kept second year subjects and medicine and peds, because I think medicine is a subject which you won't be getting much time to revise. So doing it towards the last of your first read is a good thing, because it keeps it fresh for a much longer time. Also, regarding first aid, I would advise you to do biochem, micro, and embryology from first aid. Embryology is given in the systemic chapters in the starting first 1 or 2 pages, so do it from there. And I would have done it with the first aid itself. Like for 3 days biochem, I would have given maybe a half a day or 1 day for FA reading, and similarly for micro and embryo. I think this is it for the video. If you have any doubts, comment down and I'll try to reply them.